Good morning all. Welcome to our channel Edu Knowledge Hub. Myself Dharmajit Patnaik, Assistant Professor, Bengal School of Technology in the Department of Pharmaceutics. Today I am here with a new topic, that is NABL accreditation. NABL means National Accreditation Board for the Testing and Calibration Laboratories. So NABL, it's a very well known term to all of us. That is a accreditation which is to be get by the laboratories, those who are going for the testing of our health. So that is called as the NABL. So first we will see that what is accreditation or what is the use of this accreditation. So accreditation, what it is telling, accreditation is a formal recognition, authorization or registration of a laboratory that demonstrate its capability, competence, credibility to carry out the task which is claiming to be able to do. That means here what it is telling, its accreditation means it is a type of recognition or authorization provided by an authority to a laboratory. That means the work or the task or the test, whatever they are going to do it, that is up to the mark or that is up to the normal or standard process, and they have the capability to do this one in comparison to other, it is the best one. That is called as the accreditation. So accreditation, what it is telling, it provides a feedback to the laboratories as to whether they are performing their work in accordance to their international criteria or international standard. So that means whatever the methods they are going to follow for testing the laboratory test, whether the test is as per the international standards or international criteria or not. Next, it also helps to gain the customer confidence as well as satisfaction. That means being a patient or being a customer, whenever you are going to select a laboratory for a test, we have to be assured that whatever the test we are going to do it, that is correct and up to the mark. That means we should have the confidence and we should have the satisfaction over the laboratory that wherever you are going to do the test, the laboratory is maintaining its proper guides and rules and regulation as per the international standard, which will be acceptable by all over the world. That is called as the accreditation. So now, what is NABL? NABL is telling there is a organization. It is an organization who is providing a kind of authorization to the laboratory for its quality, about its competency, about its existence. So NABL, what it is telling, National Accreditation Board for Testing and Calibration Laboratories, that is called as the NABL. So NABL, it is an autonomous body which is coming under the support of Department of Science and Technology by the Government of India. The main objective of this NABL is to provide a third-party assessment of quality and technical competence. That means here, being a third party, he is giving the authorization or he is giving the approval or he is giving the accreditation to a laboratory that whatever the method or whatever the test they are going to do it or they are doing is up to the mark, or that is they are maintaining the proper quality as well as the technical competence. So NABL, whatever the detail about the NABL we will see first. So NABL, what it is telling, it is established in the link with the international bodies. There are some bodies, international bodies which are linked with this NABL. These bodies are names are Asia Pacific Laboratory Accreditation Corporation and International Laboratory Accreditation Corporation. So due to the link of to this NABL to the above recognition, above organization, so it is giving us or it is imparted the international recognition. That means the laboratory which is accredited by the NABL, the report of that particular laboratory will be acceptable throughout the world, or it is acceptable as per the international standard. Why? Because NABL is accepted or it is recognized by internationally. So whenever a laboratory is recognized or it is accredited by NABL, means it is indicating that the method or the process or the rules and regulation, each and everything, it is followed by the particular laboratory as per the international standard. So here what it is telling, international standard means currently the NABL is following the ISO 15189. So which is indicating about the specifically is targeting about the medical laboratories. So now this NABL is mainly, it is coming under the Quality Council of India, or which is named as QCI. So QCI having different kind of roles, like accreditation process also is doing, as well as the quality promotion also is doing. So Quality Council of India means he is giving the authorization, or he is giving the approval to a particular laboratory or particular organization, that the quality of that particular work or particular organization is up to the mark. So here what it is telling, that this NABL is coming under the accreditation category. So here you can see there are different kind of accreditation bodies are there, like National Accreditation Board for the certification bodies, National Accreditation Board for the hospital and healthcare providers, National Accreditation Board for the education and training, National Accreditation Board for the testing and calibration laboratories. So here is our part. Today's topic is NABL, that is National Accreditation Board for Testing and Calibration Laboratories. So apart from these accreditation bodies, it is also having some quality promotions, like National Board for Quality Promotions, Quality Information and Inquiry Services. So this is all about the Quality Council of India, under which this NABL is coming, or it is established. So now, what is the scope of this NABL accreditation, or what kind of benefit, or what are the advantages we will get it here? So NABL grants accreditation is almost all area of science, engineering and medical testing. So as already I told that this NABL is mainly giving the accreditation to the laboratories, so the medical testing is coming under these laboratories. So it is also recognized by international standards, so it also following the international standards like ISO, having different categories for medical testing, for testing and calibration, and for your proficiency testing providers, like skill testing providers. Next, what are the benefits of this NABL? NABL, as this NABL giving the accreditation to an organization or to a laboratory, so by which it gives a potential to increase the business. That may be an organization, that may be a laboratory. Due to this accreditation or due to this recognition in all over the world or in the international level, the business will increase. Next, it saves the time as well as the money due to reduction or elimination of need for the retesting. Like suppose a patient, he has done a testing in a laboratory which is approved by the NABL, and now for the treatment he is moving from one place to another place, that may be within the state, that may be within the country. So as because that laboratory is approved by the NABL, so wherever the patient will travel with a particular report, so it will be acceptable. Why? Because it is recognized international level. So that's why it also helps us to save the time, as well as it also saves us the money for the retesting, as well as the users of the accredited laboratories will enjoy the greater access for their products, like in both domestic as well as international market. They are accredited laboratory, that means they can enjoy their report, they can it is approved, that's why anywhere they can go, it will be acceptable. So these are the benefits of NABL. Like if any patient is moving, as because it is approved or it is accredited by NABL, or it is up to the mark of international criteria, so it is acceptable. Wherever he will go, is all over the world, it is acceptable. So these are the benefits of NABL. Now, so now we are telling that the approval of NABL or accreditation of NABL will be given to the laboratory for the testing or medical testing. So what kind of laboratory can seek this accreditation, NABL accreditation? So here what it is telling, laboratories, those who are undertaking some sort of testing or calibration of the like equipment, or your taken any kind of apparatus, like any kind of machineries they are used for the test, everything, it will be, they can go for it. Any organization, that may be a private or government, can be accredited. Small operational or large multi-field laboratories also can be accredited by this NABL. Site facilities, temporary field operations and mobile laboratories also can get the or can seek the accreditation of NABL. So now, as I told that different category of the medical testing or different kind of type of laboratories, they can seek the accreditation. So here it is giving the table, is giving the clear picture about that. What are the different category of laboratories can seek the accreditation of NABL. That is, first one is testing laboratory, like different kind of medical testing like biochemical, chemical, biological, chemical, electrical, electronics, fluid flow, mechanical. There are different category of test which coming under this testing laboratories. Next, coming to this calibration laboratories. Calibration laboratories means what is telling? Calibration of equipment or machinery, whatever they are going to use in the laboratory for testing purpose. So that also it is approved by the, or it is accredited by the NABL. Next one is medical laboratories like clinical biochemistry, clinical pathology, different kind of laboratories we are going to use it for in vitro, in vivo studies. So that is also you can seek the accreditation of NABL. Next is proficiency testing providers like testing, calibration, medical, inspection, each and everything. Next, last one is reference material procedure, like any kind of composition, about chemical composition, biological and clinical properties, physical properties. So all there are different category of laboratories who can seek the accreditation of NABL. Now, this is the most important is that, and today's topic is that NABL accreditation process. So this table or this graph or the systematic diagram is giving us the clear picture about the accreditation process for the NABL. So what are the things we have to do? One by one we will see. So first one is application for accreditation. So this application for the accreditation will be takes place by the laboratory, then followed by, after application, the laboratory will receive an acknowledgement as well as the application number, which will be provided by the NABL secretariat. Followed by, this NABL secretariat will appoint a lead advisor or lead assessor to that particular laboratory, who will evaluate or who will cross verify the quality manual which is prepared by the laboratories. Followed by, this quality manual will be evaluated, and then this quality manual, after this evaluation, then a pre-assessment of laboratory will be taking place by the lead assessor. So this lead assessor, first of all, he will evaluate the quality manual, followed by he will go for this pre-assessment of laboratories. So after this pre-assessment of laboratories, then he will provide a report which will be directly given to the laboratory for the further corrections, measures corrections he have to be take. So according to this pre-assessment report, the laboratory, he can go for some measure corrections, then he will call for this final assessment of laboratory. That means after the corrections or after the changes as per the recommendation by the pre-assessment test by the lead assessor, then he will apply, then final assessment will be takes place by the assessment team, which will be selected by the NABL. Next, after this assessment report, then what will happen? This report will be assessed by the NABL secretariat, and this what will happen? Based on this assessment report, a recommendation will be provided to the laboratory. That is, the recommendation will be provided by the accreditation committee, that what are the reports is provided by the final assessment and what are the changes they have to do. So after that, they will get some time, and based on this time, they have to go for some modification, they have to go for some correction, they have to take some necessary steps to fulfill the criteria as per the international standard or as per the ISO standard or as per the NABL accreditation process. So once they will complete all this process positively, and the committee will feel that the report is satisfactory, then it will be moved for this approval of accreditation. So this approval of accreditation will be taken place, or it will be given by the chairman of NABL. So once it is approved, then this accreditation certificate, it will be issued to the particular laboratory by the NABL secretariat. So this is the complete process which is indicating that what are the things step by step we have to do for this NABL accreditation process. So now we will see step by step what are the things we have to do. So this is NABL accreditation process stage 1. So first of all, what you have to do in the stage 1, prepare a laboratory for NABL application. So whenever you are going to apply for the NABL application, first of all, we have to get ready. What are the things? So the laboratory should appoint a quality manager. So quality manager means who is telling that? The manager who is having sound knowledge about that laboratory, about the methods and about the test what we are doing in the laboratory. So based on this quality, based on this report, based on the experience of this quality manager, he will start preparing the laboratory for this NABL applications. So what he will do? He will do some kind of awareness training from the top, middle or junior level management, that what are the things it is available for us, what we have to do next, what are the measures we have to take for the corrections. So these are the awareness training he has to take. Next, this fixation of quality objective. So you have to fix a quality objective by the management by a workshop. That means mutually they should sit with for a workshop and they should decide a quality objective for this laboratory. Next, prepare a quality manual, or that is called as QM, as per the ISO 15189 standards. Okay, so now here what it is telling, each and everything will be done by the quality manager. So from where you will get this knowledge or experience? So NABL is conducting some different program like training program for this kind of activities. So the person whom you are going to appoint as a quality manager, we can, or you can give a training, or you can send him for a training to the NABL, by which he can acquire the knowledge and he can input into the laboratory. So like this, such a way that like after this quality objective, quality manual, awareness training, then this quality manager, he has to prepare the standard operating procedure for each and every investigation which is carried out in the laboratory. For each and everything you have to prepare a procedure that is called as the standard operating procedure, or that is called as SOP, which is to be followed by each and every personnel. Next, ensure the effective environmental condition. Like for each and every test, there are certain kind of temperature, humidities, storage, placement, different criteria are there. That is called as the environmental condition. So for each and everything you have to maintain properly as per the international standard prescribed by ISO 15189. Next, the equipment or the machinery what we are going to use for this testing, it should be calibrated. That is called as the calibration of instrument or equipment. So this calibration of instrument or equipment should be done by the NABL accredited calibration laboratories, not by any other laboratories. The NABL having some list of laboratories who are going for this calibration of equipment or machineries or instrument. So from them only you have to do your calibration. Next, impart the training for the key element for the documentation. Like the personnel, those who are working, you have to give some training, like you have to educate them what kind of document they have to maintain for this NABL accreditation process. After completion of all these things, then the last one is that quality managers should prepare the laboratory for the internal quality control, or that is called as IQC, that is called as internal quality control, for assessing the laboratory himself, like sample or analyzing each and everything you have to assess it. Okay, next, after completion of this stage 1, then you have to go for the stage 2. So once you are ready for the filing your application, and once you are satisfied by your IQC team that your laboratory is satisfying all the each and every criteria by the need of the NABL accreditation process, then you should go for the fill the application form and submit it to NABL. So while you are going to file this application to NABL, 5 copy of application and 5 copy of quality manual should be submitted to the NABL. So this application and quality manual, it will be submitted to the NABL, and after this submission they will issue a acknowledgement as well as the customer registration number to your laboratory, which will for the further reference. Next, after submission of this application form, the secretary will nominate a lead assessor to evaluate the quality manual. The quality manual what you have prepared for your laboratory, it will be evaluated by a lead assessor who will be nominated by a secretary of NABL. So after evaluation of quality manual, then this lead assessor, he will come to your laboratory for pre-assessment, or that is called as internal audit will be carried out by the lead assessor. So after this assessment, or after this evaluation, or after this inspection by the lead assessor, he will provide you one report. So based on this report, you have to go for some corrections or measures. He will, in that report it will be mentioned that what are the further corrections you have to do, or what are the further modification you have to do. All these things you have to complete it within a stipulated period of time. So once you are assuring that yes, as per the recommendation of this pre-assessment report, I have compiled or I have completed all the modification, then the NABL will organize a team for final assessment. So pre-assessment is over, pre-assessment audit is over, followed by he will go for this final assessment report. So this final assessment report will be carried out by the team which will be assigned by the NABL, and the complete audit, after this completion of all the complete audit, then it will move to stage 4. So stage 4, what it is telling, the final assessment report will raise a non-conformance if any. If any kind of deficiency it is there, then it will be noted down. Then a copy of consolidated report of final assessment will be given to a laboratory, and original will be forwarded to NABL secretariat. So that means a report will be prepared by the final assessment committee. Along with this, the deficiency like non-conformance, then one copy of this report will be handed over to the laboratory, and the original one it will be forwarded to the NABL secretariat. Then from that onwards, the laboratory will get 3 months time to submit its corrective action against this non-conformance. The non-conformance which are raised by the final assessment committee. So to fulfill, or you have to take the corrective action against this non-conformance, you will get the time period is 3 months. So within these 3 months you have to complete your work. Again you have to you have to submit the report that yes, as per the non-conformance or as per the report by the final assessment committee, you have done all the corrective actions. Then it will move to stage 5. So finally what will happen, the report will be scrutinized or it will be assessed. The report of the inspection report as well as the non-conformance report, both the report it will be assessed or it will be analyzed. Then after analyzing, if everything is satisfying, then the committee will recommend for NABL accreditation. So to complete all this process, almost all the NABL, it requires 6 to 8 month time. So after this, once the report it is satisfactory and it is recommended for NABL accreditation, then the NABL certification it will be issued, or the certificate it will be issued to the particular laboratory that is NABL accredited. Then if it is necessary for that particular laboratory, then the NABL can depute some technical personnel, or he can depute some NABL observer to that particular laboratory to observe the complete process. So once a particular laboratory is accredited by NABL, then the validity of this particular NABL is 2 years. So laboratory can apply for renewal of this, means before going to complete this 2 year, the laboratory can apply for the renewal before the 6 month of expiry of accreditation. So that means after the completion of 1.5 year, you can start your processing and you can apply for the renewal of your application, because the validity of your NABL accreditation is 2 years. So these are the complete process which are approved by the NABL. That means if you want to accredited your laboratory from the NABL, then these are the process you have to follow. So apart from this, the application form, there is also some certain kind of fees also it is available depending on the number of patient, or depending on the number of tests carried out in the particular laboratory, the fees it will vary. That means if it is more than 500, or if it is per day, or if it is more than 300 to 500, in between 300 to 500, or if it is less than 100. So depending on the size or category of laboratory, the fees of this NABL accreditation it will vary. So this is all about this accreditation process for the NABL. So now each and every point you are telling that NABL is following the ISO 15189 standards. So what is this ISO 15189 standard? So as you know that ISO means it is an international level organization which is approved by all over the world, or which is acceptable by all over the world. So he is recommending some kind of requirements for the particular laboratory if you want to go for this NABL accreditation. So first requirement is management requirement. So coming under this management requirement, like organization and management, quality management system, documentation, control, review of these contracts, examination by reference laboratories, external service and supplies, advisory service, resolution, identification, preventive actions, so many things, each and everything related to management, related to laboratories, related to personnel, each and everything it is prescribed by this ISO. Same way for this technical requirement also, the ISO is telling that about the personnel, about the accommodation and environmental condition, laboratory equipment, pre-examination procedures, examination procedure, assuring the quality of examination procedure, post-examination procedure, and finally the reporting of the result. So these are the some nominal standards which are prescribed by the ISO for the NABL accreditation process. So this is about the complete process for the NABL accreditation process. So hope this video it will help you to gain some knowledge about this accreditation process, and further if you want to refer this, then you can refer my references. There are some references which are we have captured the document or data from this online. So these are the reference from where you can refer it directly, or else if you have any kind of doubts, then you can subscribe to my channel, that is Edu Knowledge Hub, and you can write in the comment section, or else you can contact me through the mail, that is dharmajit.patnaik@gmail.com. Definitely I will return you back. Thank you. Stay safe.